Hey, if I were in your position, I'd want to know that right now is the time to grab a snack. Welcome back, dear viewer. Speaking of snacks, I've been having them and I put on like an inch over the past week, so I'm gonna need more space pretty soon. So today we're comparing Mazda's two newest two-row SUVs, both more spacious alternatives to their best-selling CX-5. And if you didn't read the title of the video yet, that's the CX-50 and the CX-70. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about the ethos of these cars. The CX-50 is outdoor bound, it wants to explore, it's clearly rugged, but refined. So think trails, an active lifestyle, and all of the gear that comes along with it, and utility that really invites you to use it. Then we've got the CX-70, which is its bigger sibling, and it is crafted, roomy, sophisticated, yet sporty. While we're out here, let's dive right into the dimensions and space. Now, mind that these numbers might vary by an inch or two depending on the powertrain, the trim, little things like that, but overall, we'll be fairly consistent. Remember, we're trying to focus on the main major differences between the CX-50 and the CX-70. So if you've got your pencil handy, the CX-50 is 186 inches long, 75 inches wide, and 65 inches tall. Before we go over to the CX-70, I just want to show you this is 8.5 inches of clearance, which you'll get on the non-hybrid CX-50. The rest of these will have 8 full inches of clearance. Oh man, that made all the blood rush to my head. Anyway, the CX-70 is 201 inches long, 79 inches wide, and 69 inches tall. So CX-50 is obviously the more compact and rugged platform, and it is low slung for adventure. That doesn't mean that you lose clearance. Remember, it's 8 to 8.5 inches, but they slim things down so that the roofline comes down and it's easier to load stuff up top. Think your bikes, your kayak, a rooftop tent, which you can put on top of this, and this can support 600 pounds. That means it's the tent and a 3-person family. The CX-70 has more presence and immediately feels more premium. Need I say more? We don't even need B-roll of this one, just take some A-roll. Now let's look at the interior, starting with the back. First, let's talk about hatch space. In backseat sub, the space is somewhat similar at 31 cubic feet versus 39 cubic feet. Obviously, you gain a good amount in the headroom in that one. Here's where you'll see the bigger difference with 56 cubic feet in the CX-50 versus 75 cubic feet in the CX-70. Oh, by the way, the CX-70 has extra storage cubbies there, as well as here, and you can slide the back seat back and forth to create a little bit more space for whatever you need. The biggest difference will be felt in the passenger volume. So the CX-50 is pretty spacious. It's got 100 cubic feet for the passengers. So this isn't a back seat where I have to really worry about people in the back. There's plenty of leg room. There's space for your feet to get kicked underneath. So unless you're abnormally tall, it's really a non-issue. This fold-down center armrest always makes things more comfortable. And there's just more width here than there is in the CX-5, the CX-30, as well as the headroom. I told you that roof comes down, but the headroom itself is not an issue. So 100 cubic feet on the CX-50 jumps up to an impressive 141 cubic feet on the CX-70. And all that space means a lot more comfort for long trips or older humans or, you know, anybody who just wants more comfort. You don't have to need it. You don't have to have bad knees like me. Stepping into the cockpit of the CX-70, this is certainly more open and elevated, and it's using higher end materials. Now the CX-50's cockpit feels a lot more driver-centric. Now in reality and on paper, your legroom and your headroom are practically the same between these two models. The CX-70 obviously gives you a bit more shoulder room. Definitely not an issue here in the 50 since it is a wider car than the 5, as you know, is Mazda's bestseller. Now for the powertrain, you're going to want to take some notes. The 50 comes as a naturally aspirated option, a turbocharged option, or as a hybrid. The naturally aspirated option will get you 187 horsepower, 185 pound-feet of torque, and get you 24 and 30 city and highway miles per gallon while towing 2,000 pounds. Sorry, I misspoke. Not while towing. Obviously, those two numbers are independent of each other, and they are an up to and an up to. Now, the hybrid option will get you 219 horsepower and 163 pound-feet of torque. And that could only tow 1,500 pounds, which kind of means don't tow, but it will get you a very impressive 39 and 37 miles per gallon in the city and highway. Now, the CX-70 you can get as a turbo inline-6, or a turbo inline-6 with spice, or a plug-in hybrid. This here is the non-spicy turbo, which gets you 280 horsepower, 332 pound-feet of torque, and gets you 24 miles per gallon in the city and 28 on the highway. Now the spicy version looks exactly the same, but it is tuned to get you 340 horsepower, 369 pound-feet of torque, and only lose 1 mile per gallon in the city. And the plug-in hybrid will have the same spicy torque, but only 323 horsepower. And that gets you an amazing 56 miles per gallon on a big beast like this. Now for towing, the CX-70 is impressive. By default, it can tow 3,500 pounds even on the plug-in hybrid, and that is what the turbocharged CX-50 can tow. But if you go with the spicy CX-70 and get the tow package, you can now tow 5,000 pounds, which is almost as much as this weighs. It's got a curb weight of about 4,900 pounds. So if you consider the trailer, it can't tow itself, but you could tow a CX-50, which weighs 1,000 pounds less than the 90 and 70. So which one's the winner? Well, if you need to tow a boat, it's obviously going to be the 70. If you don't have a boat, but you're still pretty active and experience seeking, and you like capability, but you want strong design, the CX-50 is a great choice. While the CX-70 would be for anyone wanting a more spacious and premium feeling two-row. So think of families that travel together often, far, or just individuals that like to have all of the space and quietness of a big premium car. Now I'm going to test drive these back to back, and if you're still torn, then maybe you should too. You can visit us at Tustin Mazda or Huntington Beach Mazda, and we'll be happy to take excellent care of you. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I'll catch you in the next one.